Okay, so we're going to be looking at dependent and independent variables and quantitative relationships. So here's a story problem. A pet store sells goldfish for $2. We know this isn't going to change. Write an equation that shows how much you would spend on goldfish total. Okay, so some things you don't know. We don't know how many goldfish we're going to buy. And we don't know how much we spend total. So the first thing before we write our equation, we need to figure out what the dependent and independent variables are. So does how much we spend total depend on how many goldfish we buy, or does how many goldfish we buy depend on how much we spend total? So I think that how much we spend total is going to depend on how many goldfish we buy. So this is going to be the independent variable, and this is dependent. So dependent is y, and independent is x. So I know that how much we spend total, which is y, is going to be equal to the number of goldfish that we buy times 2, because each of the goldfish costs $2. So this would be my equation. Okay, and then I can make a t-table to fill in values, and I can graph it. So when x is equal to 1, so if I plug in 1 for x here, 2 times 1 is 2. When x is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. When x is 3, 2 times 3 is 6. And when x is 4, 2 times 4 is 8. So I have plenty of ordered pairs here. And I know this is my x-axis and this is my y. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the graph isn't precise, but you get it. Okay, so x is going to be 1, and y will be 2. So I know that I have that point. When x is 2, y is 4. When x is 3, y is 6. And when x is 4, y is 8. So I know that this is my relationship. Okay, so let's look at another example where we are just given a t-table. So we need to figure out which one is the dependent and which one's the independent variable. So this number of side orders and then the number of fries. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that the number of fries is dependent on the number of side orders, because as fries being a side order, when you order a side of fries, you get 25 fries. So this is going to be y, or dependent, and this will be x, or independent. And I know that when x is 1, y is 25. And when x is 2, y is 50. So the ratio of x to y is 1 to 25. So my equation for this is going to be y equals 25x. And I can see if that works by plugging a random number in. So let's do 4. 25 times 4, when x is 4, should be 100. 25 times 4 is 100, so I know that that's correct. And now I can plot these as ordered pairs. So 1, so let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this will go up by 25. Okay, so when x is 1, y equals 25. When x is 2, y equals 50. When x is 3, y is 75. When x is 4, y is 100. That's it.